Since this is our demo 2 session. That our day one demo, okay, one we have discussed about that one, Azure Data Engineering. So what is Azure Data Engineering? What is the role of the Azure Data Engineer? What we are going to learn as a data engineer, what we will do. So all the things actually we have discussed. And this is demo 2. In this session, we are going to see basic example in that our Azure portal. Just I'm going to show you that one, Azure Data Factory pipeline creation. So how we are going to create that one and how we are going to move the data from one place to another place. The demo purpose, actually, I'm going to create the pipeline. Suppose if you're not able to understand that particular components, why I'm creating it, when I'm creating it, where I'm going to use it, if you're not able to understand that, so don't worry about that one. This session is not that the regular session. Okay. So this is just a demo session. I'm going to show you that the tools, how it's easy to handle or how it is easy to develop that pipeline. So this is the purpose. Actually, I'm going to use this tool. So the same thing you will learn it that from that our regular session from the scratch level and each and every part, why and what. Everything we will learn it that our regular session, the very scratch level. So don't worry about whatever I'm going to create now. So the part actually don't worry about that one. Okay, just listen it how we are going to use that pipelines or how we are going to create the pipelines that are Azure code. So just a hands-on part to show you. I'm going to log in into that our Azure portal. Actually, this is a URL. This is a URL. Portal.azure.com is the URL. So if you're having that credentials, that account, if you're having using that account's credential, you can log in into that portal. Fine. So in this session, I'm going to show you the data movement from one place to another place, from one place to another place. Actually, I'm going to have that one of the storage account. In the storage account, I'm going to have that file. I'm going to have that file. So the file, actually, what I want to do, I want to copy this file and store it into that another storage environment, like another folder. Imagine this is going to be that one of the folder. From this folder, I want to copy that files and store it into that another folder. I want to store it into that another folder. Okay. So this is one type of scenario, and same type of file data, the file data what we are having here, the same type of file data, I'm going to store it into that database. The file actually I'm going to have it that JSON or CSV files actually I'm going to have it. That file data I'm going to store it into that database. So I hope so you understand that data engineers roles and responsibility. That yesterday session we have discussed, right? Actually, we are going to process the data. We are going to process the data. The data processing now one place to another place. We are going to move the data. So how we are going to move it? How it is easy to move the data using that Azure technology. This is what we are going to see. Fine. So here the record storage environment first I want to create. So I'm going to create that storage account. So here one of the storage account here is called the blob storage. The blob storage actually we can use it for storing that file format data. So now I'm going to create the record components. So one of the component, so that's called that resource group. So I'm creating the resource group. Why the resource group and when we have to create? Don't worry about that. This again from the scratch, we will discuss everything. Now just I'm showing. So I'm creating that all that. record components and record storage environment, everything just I'm going to create it. Okay. So here I'm going to create that one storage account in this name. This is going to be that my storage account name. This is going to be my storage account name. And the redundancy, so some backups environment, actually we are keeping that one. And click the review plus rest all our things. You can leave it as it is. Now actually what I'm doing, simply I'm creating that one storage account. I'm creating that one storage account. So the storage account, for what purpose I'm going to use it now? I'm going to store that file in this storage account. So storage account I'm creating. So storage account is nothing but it's like that C drive, D drive, E drive. So like that one. In the cloud, that Azure cloud environment, I'm creating that one storage account. Okay. So once you create that any resource, a lot of resources we have seen it yesterday, right? I have listed Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, Azure Snaps Analytics, Azure Blob Storage, Azure Data Lake Storage, Azure Logic Apps, Azure Azure Key Vault. So a lot of resources actually is available at the Azure platform. So everything you are going to create means internally, actually, you are deploying that applications. That is a concept. You are creating means internally in that your cloud environment, you are deploying that application. Then only you can use that application. So here, whenever you are creating that any resource, it will be deployed. Once the deploy is completed, now that means that resource is created. Click the go to resource. It will navigate to that resource environment. Actually, we have created that one storage account, the name of ABS Siva. This is ready. This is ready. Actually, what I have created now, simply I have created like this type of environment. This type of environment I have created. This is storage account. In that storage account, inside of the storage account, actually the storage account like nothing, but it's like that your C drive, D drive, E drive in the local machine, like that. One storage environment I have created. Inside of the C drive, we can have the folders. Inside of the D drives, we can have the folders, right? Same way here, if I want to store that file means I need that storage container. Here folder is called container. The container actually I want to create it. So I am going to create that whole container. So the container name, you can give it anything. Simply I'm going to create that one container in the name of input. Just click the create. One container is ready. One container is ready. What I have created now. So this type of folder. This is the folder. So this folder actually I have created. So inside of this one, I need that file. The file actually I'm going to take it from that my local drive. From the local drive I'm going to take it. So here. So I'm going to take that file. In effect, just I'm taking that one file. I'm going to take it. One file I'm going to take it. So one file is available. This is my storage account. This is my one of the storage account. In this storage account, actually, so I'm having that one container. Actually, nothing but container is nothing but it's a folder. So I'm having that one folder. Inside of the folder, I'm having that big file, right? Then one more container I'm going to create. This is a container like the output. Yeah, output. So this is another folder. That's it. One storage account like a D drive. You can have that folder, one folder, three, four, like that. You can have it, right? The same way here, I'm having that my containers. One input, output. Here, simple record. Simple record. From this input container. From this input container, what I'm having, this file, actually, from this input container, I want to copy this file and store it into the output container. This is one record. This one record. Actually, we have discussed, right? Actually, as a data engineer, what we will do it from one place to another place, we will move the data. From one place to another place, we will move the data. Okay, because the source we may have it different types of source, we may have the different formats of data, different source format, right? All the data we have to bring it into one of them storage environment, the final storage environment. The final storage environment, it may be the data warehouse. So that storage environment I want to bring in. This is a requirement. So here we can consider that our input is at our source, output is at our target. Now our requirement is we want to copy the data from that our input container or folder. So to that our output container. From the input container to output container, I want to copy the data. This is my requirement. Fine. Meanwhile, actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to create the database also. I'm going to create that database also. Why? Another scenario, what we're going to do that one, this file data, I'm going to store it into the database. Suppose if that SQL database is at my target environment, how I can copy the data into that my target environment, a SQL database. So I need that SQL database. So I'm going to create that one. So SQL database, I'm going to create it already. That storage account, the blob storage account I have created, right? So some of the reason I'm applying that offer and resource group I'm selecting. Again, I'm telling you, don't worry about this properties, what I'm selecting or what I'm creating. Don't worry about that one. So you will get to know that one when you're attending that session from the scratch lab. This is the one actually we are taking for the demo purpose only. So just I'm showing that one, how we can create that resources in the Azure platform, how we can migrate the data or move the data from one place to another place. This is what we are going to see. So I need some of the credentials. Find and click OK. And click OK. Find. Then click the plus create. Click OK. So database going to be created. And here our storage account, actually we are having this one. The storage account, we are having this our source container and target container. But all these things, how we are going to move the data? In between, we need some of the ETL technology concepts. Actually, we have to use it, right? Using that ETL only, we are going to move the data, right? That ETL we have discussed. What is the ETL technology? Here, actually, I'm going to use that our ADF, Azure Data Factory. The Azure Data Factory, I'm going to use it. Azure Data Factory. The Azure Data Factory, actually, I'm going to create that pipeline. I'm going to create that pipeline. Azure Data Factory, I'm going to create that pipeline. So what is the pipeline? Why we have to create? What are the required components for creating that pipeline? Everything we are going to learn about. So one of the separate session we are having. Fine. Now storages are ready. Our database is in progress. And what I need that our data factory. I want to create. It is one of the resource. I'll open that another tab. Parallelly, I'm creating the separate tab. It's actually just for that our understanding purpose. I'm creating the separate tabs. Okay. Each tab actually we are creating that handling the separate resources. Okay. So this is the one I'm going to create the data factory. The data factory I'm going to create. Actually, the data factory is the totally codeless technology. We are not going to write any code. It's a codeless technology. So using this ETL technology, we are going to move the data without writing any code from one place to another place or one storage to another storage. Right? So I'm creating the data factory. So you have to give that all the required inputs. Same, the property names only are going to provide. So resource group, name, and we plus create. So why all these things? So we need that resource, the data factory resource we need, their storage resource need, database we need. So we are creating all the resources. All the resources we are creating, whatever resources we want to create based on the requirement. First, we have to analyze it. We have to analyze it. If you are going to create the first time the project that we are going to implement, first time if you are going to implement, now all these type of resources you will create first. The real time, actually, you are not going to create these all resources again and again. The creation, it will be in the beginning of the project. Beginning of the project, you will create that all the resources. After that, you will use it. But in that our learning time, the training, so during that our training period, we are going to create that all the resources again and again. So two reasons actually. So we don't want to keep that any resources because so they will charge. if it is that subscription, paid subscription. So first 30 days will be trial only. After that, it is either paid subscription. So you have to pay that. But if you are keeping that huge amount of data in the storages, that to avoid that one, actually, we are going to delete. And another reason, day by day, we are going to see that one of the scenario and the resources again and again, we are going to use it. So the resources, what we are going to use it for that scenario, all the resources. So we are going to create as a new one. Again and again, we are going to create every scenario. So that is main reason actually for that getting that experience for using that resources. So these two reason purpose actually. So we are going to delete that all the resources every day once it's completed. Okay, fine. Now, so this is the one that our deployment, data factory deployment is completed, and we have to launch the studio. The studio is the place where we are going to work the pipeline creation or that data factory related things, whatever you are going to work. That things actually are going to work in this data factory studio. This is Microsoft Azure Data Factory Studio. So here we are having some of the menus on the left side, the home, author, monitor, manage. These four actually, especially these three. So frequently we will use it when we are working the new project and our existing project, anything. So all these three repeatedly use it. So this is for the learning purpose. Fine. Now, so I'm going to create one of the record component is called that link service. So the link service is one of the component. Actually, here we are going to learn again. We are going to learn the detail about that the integration runtime concept, which is the important one. So what is the integration runtime? What is the link service, and when and how we can create all the things? You learn it from the scratch level. But now again, so you're telling you, so demo purpose, I'm going to create all the required components. I need that one of the link service for my storage accounts. So the connection purpose, I'm going to use it. The link service, I'm going to use the connection purpose. So I'm creating and giving the name and record inputs. I'm selecting I need what is the subscription I'm using, what is the storage account I'm going to connect, that all the things you can confirm it whether I'm able to connect with this storage account. Actually, this is my storage account. ABSU has my storage account. For this account, actually, this is a separate resource, right? Data factory, this is a separate resource. Actually, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to copy the data from this folder to this folder. Then I want to access this storage account, that connection I need, this connection only I'm creating here. The connection only I'm creating. So I'm creating the connection. So now I'm having that one connection for my storage. That's it. And go to that author tab here actually. So we have some of the features like pipeline, and we are going to learn this pipeline data sets and data flows. So the pipeline data sets, data flows, actually we are going to use it, but now I'm going to create that data sets. The data set is nothing but this data set is like a pointer. Data set is like a pointer. Pointer for what? Pointer for referring that to a file or folder. Pointer for referring that to a file or folder. Okay, the file or folder where it is available. It is available in my blob storage. I have created the blob storage. I have created the blob storage. The blob storage is available. So this is how one gets this. And click the delimited text. So the file format, what is based on that one, we have to choose the type. As of now, I'm selecting the CSV type. Here, I'm going to give the name for that my data set. Here, so you have to follow some reasons that naming convention. You have to follow how to follow the naming convention. I'm creating this one. So here, I'm going to take that file. I'm going to refer that file from this environment. CSV. So one I'm going to use it for the input purpose and click the. I'm not writing any code, just I'm creating that components and giving that property inputs, that names property, something in a field. Okay. This is what I'm doing here. I'm not writing any code. Fine. And I need one more data set. This is one I'm going to use it for that my output reference purpose. Okay, fine. Click this one. So CSV format as of now I'm selecting. So here. Fine. So Same data link service I'm selecting. Output. That's it. Fine. See here. The input having that one file. Input having that one file. And output actually nothing is our requirement. What is it? Our requirement. That input file, customer1.csv, this file actually I want to copy and store it into that our document. This is our requirement. That is the reason I have created that one connection link service and the two data sets. Data set for point to that your file or that folder. So source and target. I have created the pointer that means data set file. Now I can create the pipeline. A lot of activities are there. So activities are there. So these activities we will go and learn it, and this activities actually we are going to learn it, and these activities actually we are going to learn it. All these things actually we are going to learn it, and copy data. So I'm going to take the copy data, copying data from source to target. That's it. Simple action. And file output file actually I want to take it in the CSV format. So I'm changing this extension. That's it. Nothing to do this. So I have created one pipeline using that one activity. Activity in action. Activity means action. So action, what action? Copy action. Copy what? From where? Source. What is the source? Input. This input is referring that my input container CSV file. I cast one that CSV file. Okay, I'm going to copy from here. And where I'm going to store? Sync not targets. Sync not target. So target side, I'm going to store it. See here. This is referring that my target. Yes, that's it. I want to run it. As of now, I can click the debug for running. Two ways are there. One of the ways debug. For running that pipeline, two ways are there. One of the ways debug. So I've clicked that one. So automatically it will take that execution. I think my internet is slow. It's taking some time. So debug, the monitoring I'm doing. From here I can do the monitor. Whether my pipeline is executing or not. Actually it is in queue. It is in queue. Queue means actually it is during this time, what it is the meaning now. It is trying to connect that your storages. It is trying to connect to that your storages. After connecting the storage only you can copy and store it. So it may be connect. So now it succeeded. Succeeded and completed. So you can come to the author tab. Here also you can see that it succeeded. It's done. If it is done means what is the meaning? So the file should be copied here into the output. You can click the refresh, you can see that one. Yes, I got that file just now. I got the file 930.7. So I copied the file. So which file? This is the file. So copied and stored. Copied and stored here. Copied and stored here. Fine. Yes, it's done. This is called pipeline. Using this pipeline, actually, I have done the copying process from one folder to another. But in the real time, we are going to design the pipeline same way. With that, our real scenarios, logicals, we have to implement that one. Those type of logics only we are going to learn it during that our regular session. That lot of scenarios are there. That every scenario we are going to discuss. So for the scenarios, a lot of activities we are going to use it. Those activities are available here. This type of activities are available here. So we are going to use this type of activities. So what is that? Why we are going to use it? Everything we are going to use. Fine. So this is the one done. This is the one done. But yeah. So this part is over. Simple part. The next one is here also we are going to use that our data factory only. Using the data factory only, we are going to store the data from that our source to target. This time, what is the source? Same source. Source going to be the same. The input file. This is a file. Actually, what is the data available here in this file? You can see here itself. The data, what it is available. Yes. Click this edit, you can see the data. This is my data. You can check it. So 4 columns are the customer ID, customer name, customer email, customer location. 4 columns are available. This is my source data. Fine. This data, where I'm going to use it? I'm going to use it in my database. I'm going to store it in the database, then database source. you have to create the table first, because as of now we don't have any table. So I'm going to create the table. First, we have to do some of the network settings. So that settings I'm going to do it. So the default thing we have to do it. Take the same. Some of the settings actually, yes, it's done. It's done. Yeah. So now actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to create that database thing and create for this one. We have to use that SQL query. So that the credential actually already I have created, and even when I'm creating the database, so that credential, I'm going to use it to log in. Whatever I'm using, don't worry about it, okay? Because you don't know about these things. So, but I'm showing you how this technology is easy to use, okay? And what I'm using, why I'm using, and how I'm creating, everything you are going to learn it from the scratch. Right, now I'm going to create that one table in my database. Customer table I'm going to create. Actually, what are the columns are available here? Customer details. So customer ID. The customer ID is there, right? So I need that customer ID is one of the columns. Customer ID is going to be that one of the column here. It is going to be integer type. Then customer name, customer email, customer location. Yeah, all these things we have to create. So customer name going to be that varchar. So customer location or customer email. Customer email, it is going to be that varchar. And customer location. The columns that I want to create the columns. Click this one as of now. So there is no table under the tables folder. Once you click the execute the run button now, the table will be created. You can click this refresh button and see this table is available. That I'm select statement I'm going to write. Select statement I'm going to write. Select star from that cast. Is there any data available? No data. So result is 0. No records. 0. Now, actually, what I'm going to do. So I'm going to copy this data from this file and store it into my database. This is my requirement. For this purpose, actually, I want to create that pipeline again. Before that one, I want to create that link service, that connection for the database. For the block, we are having, but for the database, I don't have the connection. Connection I have created only for the block. So connection ls Azure SQL DB. So target, something like that, we can put the name. And here, that server and database. This is my database, authentication, username, password, all the record things I'm filling. Okay. So you may ask the question, how do I know that when the record things? This is only that is only are going to log. Okay. So now I'm giving that all the record things as you should. So the default information I have to provide is provided. Then go here that link service. Simple. The same copy actually I'm going to use it from this one. Yes. To where? This time I'm going to remove that target sync. So this time I'm going to select this. Okay, so I have missed to create the data set. Actually, connection created, but pointer I didn't create, right? Because the pointer only here we are going to mention. Fine. So here, data set, Azure SQL database. What is that one? This is all. Already we have created some table, right? So the table is available. Only one table. This table is available. This container, this data set is referring that my target environment. Yeah, that is only everything. That's it. Mapping. So you can import the schemas. You can import the schemas. You can map that columns. and map the columns: customer ID, customer name, customer email ID. So here custom. So customer location, here the customer location going to be stored into that C location. That's all. So now actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to click the execute. Once this execution is completed now, so you can see the data here. As of now, no data, right? Once that execution successfully completed now, you will see the data here. You will see the data here. It's queued and done, succeeded. It's done, succeeded. Okay. So that so execution is completed. So total number of data read, that 173 data actually. So files, only one file. So same number of data should be written into the target environment. Let's check. So here you can run it now. So yes, I'm getting the data. Same data, I'm getting this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The data, right? So data we have seen it here. The data we have seen it here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same data. So that process, second process, this one also done. This one also done. Okay. So moving the data from that one place to another place. So what we can do it now? So you can use that ETL technology, the ADF, Azure Data Factory, you can use data. So same way, I'll show you that how we can do the transformation using the Databricks. So I hope you remember that when yesterday we have discussed about the two primary things, that Azure Data Factory and then Databricks, right? So the Databricks, especially, we are going to use it for the transformation purpose. So just to understand, just simply, I'm going to read that one of the data using that our PySpark, that our PySpark actually I'm going to show you. So the simple scripts actually we are going to use it. So same like that our normal SQL concept. So you are writing that single line statement. You are going to write it if you are going to process that SQL database, right? Data. So the same way here actually we are going to create that one. So if you are going to create, if you are going to work on the working environment, actually notebook actually we are going to create it. So for working in this notebook, I need that one of the major component is called cluster. That cluster is I'm creating. What is cluster? Why we have to use the cluster? Yes, again I'm telling you. So that scratch level cluster. Now I'm going to refer that data. Actually, see here things I'm going to show here in the DBF. See here some of the storage folders. It's like a folders. So here I'm having the files course1.csv, course.csv, course customer1.csv. These are our files. These are our files. So the files actually Databricks we are going to use it for the transformation purpose. Transformation purpose, na? The transformation you are going to do it on your data. So the data it will be available the file format like this, or table it will be like that. But now as of now I don't have any table. I'm going to take that sample, that file, the customer one, the same data here it is there. So this data, if you want to read it now, here you can write this. So PySpark, the Python is a default language. This is a multi-support environment. Python, you can use it. SQL, you can use it. Scala, you can use it. R, you can use it. Almost maximum projects, they are using that Python and SQL. Python and SQL. Here, simply I'm going to read the data. Simply I'm going to read the data from that our file. So what is a file? The file actually where it is available, it is available here. It is available here. The DBFS environment file. So this is a file. You can take the path, copy. Just I'm going to copy the path. Right. This path I need so that I copy it. I'm creating one variable. So any variable you can create. Actually, this variable is called the data frame. I'm going to use that spark. So read dot. So what format CSV dot option header. It is going to be true dot load of your path. That's it. So display of that your variable. Now you can see the data what we have seen that the customer file. The customer file, the same cust1.csv file I'm using here. The same data here I'm showing you how you can read the data. Yes, the same data. In the data fact sheets or Databricks, how we can read the data is a very important. Transformations purpose only we are going to use this. The transformation purpose only we are going to use this data fact sheet. What is the meaning of the transformation? Whatever changes you are going to do it with your existing data, all the changes are called a transformation. See, actually, I want to take this customer name and the customer location only from this actual data. This is our actual data. But I want to take only the customer name and customer location. So one I want to do it. So then what you can do? Just here I can do that one. So the here, so the df1 equal to df dot select. df dot select. So here the df dot select of what? Whatever the columns you want to select, you can select that one. I need that custom name. This is the one I want to take it. Another one, the second column name, first location. Yes, only these two columns. Now what you can do it now? So the display of that df1. Let's see. Now I should get only two columns. This is also called transformation. This is also called transformation. Right? Simple statements. If you understand what is this df, what is this select now, so it's very easy to handle. Anyone can work in this Databricks simple. So the easiest language is the Python. Anyone can learn. Easiest language is Python. Even 6th, 7th student can learn that Python. Compare with that with C, C++ or Java.NET. The easiest language is the Python. Using the Python, this PySpark is created. So here we are using the PySpark only. So this is a PySpark. This is a PySpark. If you know that one, what is the meaning of select? Why we have to use it? So what is the meaning of DF? How we are creating this DF? Actually, the DF is not available. So we have created. Why we have created? Because we are reading the data from somewhere. Somewhere means from the file. So actual data available in that file, but the data I want to bring it into one of the variable. That's the reason I'm writing the statements and getting the data into my variable. Using that one, I'm doing some of the transformation. Yes. So using your business data, you have to do the transformation logics. Right? Yesterday I have shown you, right? We have to split the columns, or we have to reduce the columns, or we have to do some of the aggregations. All the things we can do it. Okay. So those things actually here we are going to see some of the data available here. Check. BBFS basic, yes, the base details available. For example, I will show this data. I'll show this data. Here, take it. So one of the variables, something here, 3 is 2 or something like this one. Spark dot read dot format. What is the format of the file? The format we have to select. We are going to learn different formats: CSV, JSON, Delta, Parquet, like that. Then option we have to do it. Why I'm using all these properties, or when we have to use it. So scenario. What is the scenario? Once you understand the concept, now you will get to know it clearly. Then display of that one. So display of that here. Yes. Right. So I got the data. See here, I'm having the issues. Match player ID, player name, paste. Player ID, player name, paste. See here, df3 equal to df2 dot. Something I'm going to that one. Group by that one. Player name, then aggregate of that. So that column name something I'm going to do it. I'll show you output, then I'll explain. So player score, colon, sum. I think enough. Display of this DF3. See here. So I'm getting this. See, actually source. This is my source. Actually here I'm having that 3 match records. 3 match records. 5 players, they have played 3 matches, that all the 3 match scores information are available. Okay. Now, actually, this is nothing but the each player's overall score I have taken. Overall score I have taken. So very easy. The single line I have taken this one. So the, for example, Sachin actually he played that match 2 and match 3 and match 1 and match 1. Right? See the match 1 80. The match 2 40. So 120. And match 3 so 55. So what is the result? 175. So here Sachin result is 175. The total score. So by writing the single statement, I got this. Yeah. So this type of changes you are going to do. This is called aggregations. Using that your business data, you have done the aggregations. It's also called a transformation. It's also called transformation. Got it? So these type of things actually, so we are going to learn. So this data factory concept and this data factory concept and this Databricks concept, all together we are going to learn it in one of the tool. That tool is called Snaps. That tool is called Snaps. I hope you remember that important another tool. Azure, so Snaps Analytics. Snaps Analytics. Yeah. So these things actually we are going to learn it during that our training. So during the time, so we will get to know that one, that each and every step, why, how, when, all the things you will get. Clear? So as I said that beginning actually, so the maximum things the codeless technology and also that the script basis logics only you are going to write it when you are working with the database. So both are that very easiest technology, but this is the technology nowadays the companies are using. Okay, so the easiest technology as well as the advanced technology. Yeah, nowadays companies using this type of technologies for the data engineering related process. So this is the one we are going to learn it and we are going to work as a data engineer. So our role, it will be called like that one, Azure data engineer or data engineer. Some of the companies, they will give that offer like that one, data engineer. Some of the companies, they will mention specifically Azure data engineer. Yes, it depends upon that recruitment team or project. Fine. Yeah. So this is about that. So hands-on part, actually, how the tools are there going to be there, how the tools are going to be there. So this is the one we are going to learn it from the scratch level. Okay. So a lot of things actually. So we are going to learn it. So here from the first day, so we are going to discuss that what is the Azure data engineer and why the cloud computing. Actually, that tomorrow, the day 1 session, the actual day 1 session. So today and yesterday session was the demo purpose only. So from the tomorrow, we are going to discuss the day 1 session. So the day 1, we are going to discuss why the cloud computing, what is the purpose of the cloud computing, what is actually cloud computing, and what is Azure. All these things we are going to discuss by taking their small scenarios. Okay, why all the so once you complete this session now, you will get the clarity about the cloud computing. What is the cloud computing? Why cloud computing? All the things you will get to know very clearly once you complete this session. So after that one, slowly we are going to get into that our basic SQL concept in the Azure platform. Azure SQL database is one of the important resource for storing that data in that tabular structure, that RDBMS structure. So that the Azure SQL database, what it is, how we are going to use it, what are the features are available in that database, all the things we are going to learn it. So everything. So here, whatever I have listed, this part, everything. So we are going to discuss hands-on. So this is going to be that one separate session, and this is going to be that one separate session. So this is going to be that one separate session. This is going to be that one separate session. So this is and this all these things it will be on separate session, and how to interact with that Power BI. So that part also I will show you. So even one slide here, we are having this list now, minimum 4 to 5 sessions. So content actually we are going to learn it. Okay. So everything it will be in that hands-on format and from the scratch level. So what it is, why it is, that level actually will be explained. So that's all for the day. So the demo 2 session is over. So if you have that any doubts or so want to do any clarification now, you can ask. First thing, let me know that when you guys are able to understand actually what the technology is and what I'm explaining, are you able to understand it? If you can unmute yourself and then you can answer it, or else you can bring in the chat. Guys, are you there?
சார்
Yes, sir. It's your time.
சார் அசூர் வந்து 1 month தான் ட்ரையல் வெர்ஷன் இருக்கும்னா நம்ம 3 months வந்து எப்படி சார் அதை வச்சு ஒர்க் பண்ணுவோம் ஃபுல் ப்ரோ வெர்ஷனும்?
நீங்க யூஸ் பண்றது என்ன பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னா வந்து ஸோ அனதர் கிரெடிட் கார்டு யூஸ் பண்ணி இன்னொரு அக்கௌண்ட் பே பண்ணி ஆர் எல்ஸ் பெய்ட் சப்ஸ்கிரிப்ஷன் போகலாம். பட் பெய்ட் சப்ஸ்கிரிப்ஷன் இஸ் மேனேஜபிள் ஒன்லி அட் மந்த்லி 500 600 லைக் தட் மேக்ஸிமம் யூ கேன் கண்ட்ரோல் இட்.
ஓகே ஓகே சார்.
Okay, fine. So any other doubts? So I'll guide on that one actually, how to manage that one in the low cost.
ஓகே சார்.
Okay, fine. So then we will connect again tomorrow same time. Bye. Thank you all.